Hello and welcome to another episode of Brody's Toy Reviews. Pre-warning, before we start the episode, I am absolutely full of cold, so I apologise preemptively for any sniffling sounds, coughing, sneezes. It's probably all going to happen at once. But I wanted to make the video because this has been sat around for a week or two. This is the Stiggy, I don't even know if I pronounced that right, figure from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And I've got some of my favourite JP little guys there. And I'm just going to open this box. Now, this toy line is tied in with an app. And it took me far too long to find the actual app it was tied in with, because there's actually very little information on the box. I had to do a lot of Googling. But basically the the little code on Stiggy's foot here is supposed to be scannable in one of the Jurassic World apps. And it's not Jurassic World Alive, sadly, which is the Jurassic World version of Pokemon Go. It's a facts thing. So I very much doubt anyone's going to do it. And to be honest, it's really quite hard to find the information about it. So this is Stiggy. If you've seen the film, you know his role in the film, even though it's just probably a girl. Quite a few points of articulation here. So the little arms move, little head moves, legs, they move, they're a little bit stiff, but they do move, and the tail is adjustable. How well does Stiggy stand? Stiggy stands quite well like this. Let's see, is there any different? Could Stiggy stand on hind legs? No, that's pretty much one position that Stiggy's gonna stand in. It's a really good looking figure though. There's some great detail in it. I like the little beak. I like the texture on the face. I like this around the head, the little friar tuck thing. These horns are quite cute. Let's compare it to Blue, which is from the same line, and I believe this is roughly accurate, like size comparison, roughly, very roughly. If you've got some of the toys, they're all about the same size, but these two in the movie are roughly sort of the same size. Blue's a little bit taller. Yeah, again, this is Blue's code, foot code. Apparently there's facts to read and stuff, but I don't care. These are from the Jurassic World blind bags. They don't really have that many points of articulation. It's just the head. Just the head. Like that. But the dinosaurs that you get in them are really, 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 really cute. So I've got a few of these. At the back here, you can see some of my favourite pops of all time. I've got this is the Dilophosaurus. I always wanted a Dilophosaurus after seeing Jurassic Park, which is like, it is my second favourite movie of all time. My favourite is Jaws. But like Jurassic Park is just, oh, I just love it. Apparently you can get a version of this without the frill. Why anyone would want it without the frill, I don't know. This is the Velociraptor. It's not Blue or any of the Jurassic World Velociraptors. It is the OG JP. This is the Indoraptor from Fallen Kingdom. On the website, the Indoraptor seems darker. It seems blacker than this. This is dark grey, but I'm still quite happy with it. They stand very well on their stands. If you don't have the stands, they do not stand at all. This is, of course, Rexy. Rexy's stand always falls off, and then look what happens when Rexy tries to stand without the stand. Rexy can't stand without the stand. Rexy is her name in the book. It's not actually said in the film, but that's what they call her. Muldoon calls her Rexy, and in the original novel, there's actually 2 Tyrannosaurs in Jurassic Park. There's Rexy, and then there's what they refer to as Junior, who's like the juvenile, and there's like a little baby one. And they recycled a little bit of that stuff into the Lost World movie. In the novel, there is an aviary scene, and they recycled that into Jurassic Park 3. Fallen Kingdom is not my favourite Jurassic Park film, and I shall tell you for why. I didn't like seeing all the dinosaurs die. Like, I really, really, really love Jurassic Park. It's my second favourite film of all time. I love the Isla Nublar. I love all the facility. I love the idea that this is all fallen to sort of rack and ruin, and the dinosaurs just living quite happily on their own on the island. And I hated seeing the dinosaurs die. Sure, like the Rex is scary and the Velociraptors are scary, but I think, like, particularly because I was a little kid when it came out and I saw it, like, part of my childhood died right there watching like the lava consume all the dinosaurs, and for me it was upsetting. I don't know how other people felt about it, but for me it was upsetting. I quite liked all the stuff on the Lockwood estate, the second half of the film. Obviously I spotted the plot twist from about 30 seconds in, like, who did not see that coming? But, like, I liked the second half of the movie. I just don't know why they had to destroy the island to do the second half of the movie. I think they could have easily done the second half of the movie without, like, all of our childhoods being destroyed in front of us and seeing dinosaurs crying in a smog of volcanic ash. And for those who are wondering about Isla Sorna, which was Site B, the one featured in Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3, officially that island has no dinosaurs on it. Now, this has never been said in any of the movies, so technically someone could undo this because it's never actually been stated on screen. It is not technically canon. But the story is that in 1999, InGen scientists went to Isla Sorna and did some illegal cloning, which is where the Spinosaurus came from. There was some baryonyx and other dinosaurs, and they were released into the ecosystem, and it destroyed the ecosystem, and all the remaining dinosaurs were shipped to Isla Nublar when they reopened Jurassic Park as Jurassic World. However, like, I take some umbrage with this particular explanation, because we know that there were at least 20 raptors on that island, at least. And we know that there was at least 6 tyrannosaurs. And, like, not to mention all of the herbivores and stuff. So I have real issue with trying to imagine that the Spinosaurus and the Baryonyx wiped out all the raptors and all of the tyrannosaurs. I just don't buy it. It's not something that I am willing to suspend disbelief for. So it's actually become one of my things now that I really would not mind seeing Jurassic Park remade. It could follow the novel more closely, but also, you know, it would give us a do-over if we wanted. Like, one of the things that was complained about by sciencey people with degrees and that is, like, Dilophosaurus did not have a frill. We know this because if it had a frill, then there'd be certain changes in its bone structure. We have no idea whether it was poisonous or not. And the Dilophosaurus is actually one of the few Jurassic era dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Most of the rest of them are actually from the Cretaceous period. And in the Jurassic period, the mosquito didn't exist yet. So the argument can be made that because they would only have a very tiny fragment of Dilophosaurus DNA, that this would be one of the dinosaurs that was mostly made up, like, by Henry Wu. Like, it was like, essentially, the Dilophosaurus was the Indominus Rex, like, version 1. It was largely a fictional creation by Henry Wu. Had main characteristics like the Dilophosaurus crests. I believe its name, the Latin, roughly translates as double-crested lizard, I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, so, like, this was great because it showed us that these dinosaurs were not true dinosaurs. This was something that was created in a lab. This was something that was spliced with other reptiles and amphibians and other animals that were not anywhere close to a Dilophosaurus. And that's why I think, like, the unusual part of it, the frill and everything, that's why I think this particular dinosaur is still so popular with the fans, because it was something completely different and unique and individual, and it's very much a Jurassic Park dinosaur. I'm going to get this wrong here and maybe get letters from paleontologists, but the velociraptors, at the time Michael Crichton wrote the book, he based their appearance on a different dinosaur, and I'm going to pronounce it wrong, I know I am, but I believe it was pronounced the Diontius. And at the time, this was cutting-edge paleontology, that this was a form of velociraptor. It wasn't, and by the time they started filming, they knew it wasn't, but they decided to go with it because this look had already sort of been cemented. They'd already built puppets. They were already married to it, so that's what they did. Real velociraptors were actually much, much smaller and covered in feathers. They were essentially like big turkeys. Yeah. So this was actually a completely different dinosaur, but this also became one of Jurassic Park's staples. No one before Jurassic Park had heard of a velociraptor. No one. Outside of the paleontologist community. It wasn't a token thing that was always included. Things like these were the Pompadour, Elvis, Friar Tuck. You know, we'd seen these kind of dinosaurs before, but we'd never seen a Dilophosaurus, and we'd never seen a velociraptor. The velociraptor again became a Jurassic Park dinosaur, something unique to that franchise. Now, the T-Rex was the one that everybody knew, and it was like the hero, it's why it comes back at the end. Spielberg said, the T-Rex is the hero, we need to see it one more time. So that's why she comes and she eats the velociraptors at the end of the movie. But it was one that people knew, and it was a commonly known dinosaur, and it was known to be big. You didn't need to know a lot about dinosaurs to know what a T-Rex was. unlike velociraptors and dilophosauruses. So if they ever decide that they're going to remake Jurassic Park and maybe follow the novel a little closer, I still think that they should include some unique creations. I mean, maybe that will require going off book a little bit. But there were dinosaurs that were in the novels that weren't ever seen in the films. But I think it would be interesting to see a remake with some of the more dubious clones right from the beginning. In the original novel, Dr. Henry Wu actually dies in Jurassic Park. He is killed by the velociraptors. They cut him open and spill his intestines everywhere. And that speech that Dr. Alan Grant makes at the start of Jurassic Park is how Henry Wu dies, and it was a nod to that. And of course, in the novel, Hammond is evil and is eaten by compies. And Jinuru is actually a combination of two characters in the film. And the Jinuru in the novel doesn't die and is actually quite heroic. And Dr. Ian Malcolm does die in the novel, and then is magically resurrected in the sequel. But I think we were all relieved that Jeff Goldblum lived because he was so handsome. So yeah, this has been for some reason a mini lecture on the Jurassic Park franchise, of which I am a big fan. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next film brings, if this is going to unbreak my heart and give us more dinosaurs, because I don't think anyone went into Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom going, God, I can't wait to see my childhood destroyed. So we can only wait and see. I know that Chris Pratt's returning, and Bryce Dallas Howard, and the little girl is returning as well. It'll be the first time a child has ever returned in the Jurassic Park franchise, apart from that little cameo in JP2. I've gone on long enough. I'm sure that you didn't come here wanting to know all about this film. Well, thank you for watching anyway. Please consider liking and subscribing. If some bizarre reason that you're as weird as me and that you really did like me talking about the dinosaurs and the history of the movies, then let me know in the comments, because I'd be more than happy to do another one of these. I could do about Jaws next time. I've got some awesome Jaws merchandise. Well, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.